As Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out Shazazz Creations as seen here on Whitney D TV. Female, Black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Thank you. Bye. Welcome to Embrace Pangea. These products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. They have a wide range of products that deal with various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxes, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created with love for the betterment of self. Embrace your Pangea. Visit the link in the description box below and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye. So check out the site embracepangea.com and embrace your Pangea. You know what I'm saying?
Come on in, people. It's time for the plug. Y'all know I got a word. If you don't know, you're gonna find out in a few minutes. My name is Brittanya, and I am the plug. I am the plug. My name is Brittanya, and I am the plug. I am the plug.
Hey guys, hi Gems. Welcome. Guys, I'm very excited, honey. The party is welcome.
Know that the ride or
Welcome. Welcome to the house of the princess.
I keep boys by my seat. Know that the ride or die.
I'm 50% righteous, 50% ratchet.
Boys by my seat. Know that the ride or die. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when
Thank
I
y'all
was not
for joining
around.
us.
Certain people that I know.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
You take the blue pill.
The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe.
You take the red pill.
You stay in Wonderland.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All I'm offering is the truth.
The choice is yours.
Welcome to the gold mine.
I can't even count, but numerous of times at night was taken to this back room and then molested. So I can't even count.
But I wasn't okay. And then it got to the point where he started to go a little further.
Get off my sister, and I was just like, yeah, because I didn't know, what was going on. So was you abused by females, males, or both?
Male. So I would say around 7.
Because in that moment, we had all had a common narrative. They had been molested too, and 2 out of those sisters by the same person that was doing it to me.
He said, well, I want to ask you, are you gay?
We survived because it figured out what to do if we blow a fuse. And the brain knows what to do if it believes it will destruct. It takes memories and it moves them offline so that we don't remember, so we don't have to deal with what the brain says is too much for us.
Drama every time you do something. No peace, nowhere. You're not looking at the spirit realm. In the natural, you look like a pretty cool brother. You're a pretty cool sister, but you can't get along with nobody. And every relationship, even the good ones that should have turned out into something good, can't turn out good. because you're not aware of the spirit realm.
What's up, Jewel Gang? So I would like to address this white woman who goes by the name of Nikki Marie on Facebook. Her page is private, but her DMs are wide open. You see, this scarecrow thought it'd be a good idea to slide in a black woman's DM, bully and harass her over having a small disability. Pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. You see, this beautiful black woman you decided to harass for having a small disability, when being compared to you is walking art. Black women are literally walking Picassos, which is why snow roaches like you envy us so much. You look like the cashier at H-E-B that has to call the manager every 5 seconds because you're too stupid to work the register. You look like splattered bird shit dried up on the side of someone's car. You couldn't match her beauty if she gave you an audio booklet with a step-by-step description on how to do so. And between me and you, I'm the bigger bully. Sit your ass down.
Good afternoon. Today on the stand, we are waiting for another accuser to come and talk to us about her experience with R. Kelly. I want to pick off, though, where we left off yesterday. For the first time ever, we heard from the minister, Nathan Edmonds, who married Aaliyah and the singer back in 1994. Now, on the stand, he told us that when he met the couple back in August 31st of that year, he never knew who they were. It was just a friend of them, a mutual friend he shared with the singer, with R. Kelly, that asked him to officiate the wedding. And he said on that day, he was asked to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, but he said when he looked at the paper, he realized that it didn't look official, but he did promise to never disclose any details about the wedding, which he said he kept that promise up until yesterday because he was subpoenaed by the government to come and talk before us. He also said the ceremony took less than 10 minutes. It was in a hotel room. He said also, describing the couple's outfits, he said they were wearing matching tracksuits, and they both had one pant leg raised to their knee. And also this morning, we heard from another witness. We talked to a forensic scientist who talked about DNA on an alleged victim's shirt. He said there was 1 in 36 dezillion chances that it was not R. Kelly's DNA. That means that is a number with about 33 zeros after it, which means the chances are extremely slim that it was not his DNA. The cross-examination did try to contest that and ask, well, could someone have stolen that shirt from someone's backyard? And the forensic scientist said, he's not aware of how it got on the shirt, but the shirt he examined definitely had R. Kelly's DNA on it. We're also waiting again, like I said, for a sixth accuser to take the stand. Currently, they are on lunch break, so when we have any new information, we'll get that back to you.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness Gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. I pray you guys are having a super blessed Thursday. Hello, everybody. Now, first, before we get into these transcripts, I want to shout out everybody. So let's do this roll call. Go ahead and place your city in the chat so I can see where you're coming from, okay? All right, you guys, welcome. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see who is up in here. Hi, Shy Love. Hey, Honey Bunches. I'm going to get y'all with this Miss Whitney, okay? Hey, my West Coast Honey Bunches of Oats. Hey, Blackberry. Hey, Nikki. Nikki. Hey, girl, I ain't seen you in a while. All right, Tina Bina. Hey, G. Hey, honey. Welcome back. Hey, Mimi. Hey, honey. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Angela. Hey, Shanae. Shazazz Creations. All right. Hey, Miss Carmichael. Okay, let's see who else I haven't. Hey, Nisha. Honey Bunches, you're back. Nishi, you back. All right. Hey, Larry's Minion. Hey, the truth. Oh, yeah. You thought that too, girl? Yeah, girl. You know. Hey, Sierra. Hi, Honey Bunches. Hi, Dinah. Hey, honey. Hi, there goes one of my Karens. Hi, Karen J. Hey, honey. Welcome, everybody. Oh, my gosh. It's been a long day. But you know what? I'm here. And I'm appreciative that you guys are here. You guys are in for a treat. I'm going to read more of these transcripts. And we're going to get into some things afterwards. Okay. So, sorry. Playback. All right. I think that was everybody. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this. First and foremost, welcome to Whitney D TV. Okay. home of Keep It Cuter, get the boot. Meaning you don't have to agree with me, but I ask that you keep it cute, okay? Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it cordial, all right? If nothing more, you respect you, I respect you, all right? All right, and furthermore, in regards to this whole trial that we got going on, please, I beg of you, do not spam my chat with your free R. Kellys, because I guarantee you the brother is not looking onto my channel. I think he's more so focused on the trial. Okay, all right. So if my moms could, regulators, mount up. All right, when it comes to that chat, all right, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, thank you and welcome to the Witness Nation. If you're not, it's not too late. Go ahead and click out of here and click that subscribe button. All right, now if you want to join the nation, okay, go ahead and click that join button. You can actually see the link that's located above the chat. All right, not for nothing, if you'd like to show your support to the channel, if you'd like to give me a love offering to continue to place back into my channel, or you would like to give unto the transcripts up, hey, that'll work too. Make sure when you send your cash out that you indicate what you're doing in there, okay? Not for nothing, you guys, located at the bottom, you will see what we are reading in regards to tonight. However, that is not right, so let me go and take that down. You guys going to have to take note to that. I'm going to put TBA instead. But know that that's my cash app located at the bottom as well, that you guys can give unto me as I give unto you, okay? All right. All my people that got their membership, go ahead and show out with y'all special emojis. Okay? Show what you're working with. All right, you guys. If nothing more, let's go ahead and get into everything, okay? All right. Hey, Peter Weeder. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And it's just going to be me for tonight. My brother at Miss is over there jamming. They having a music battle. All right, so I hope I suffice. I hope I'm okay by myself. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay. Hey, Kayla. Hey, you guys, please take out the time to share this video if you guys do not mind, okay? Share the video. Oh, West Coast, I see you, girl. Look at that. Look at that good old emoji of mine. All right. Hey, girl, hey. All right. I'm not quite sure where Atmos left off at. I'm just going to leave off where I most remember. If I'm wrong, then, you know, hey. But from here on out, you guys will just be hearing from me. Okay. Now, and my boy Atmos, however, I'm just gonna keep reading as much as I can. It became a lot to be able, to like bounce around like that. So just for you guys, and we were just tuning into what you guys were commenting and talking about. We're going to honor and respect that. So I'm going to try to my best to accumulate the transcripts on my end and just read. So it's not going to be any more, hey, go over here, go over there, you know, as often as that. You know, we may, of course, like I said, me and Admins may continue to join forces with each other, but I'm going to try my best just to continuously read to you guys. So because I saw a lot of people were just kind of like, you know, oh my gosh, where we got to go? Oh my gosh, we got to go over here. So we're going to keep it all here for you guys. How about that? How about that? Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into anything. Give me just a brief second. One moment. All right, you guys. Okay. Sounds great. Y'all like that? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna stop all that rotation, y'all. We're gonna try to keep it here. All right, honey bunches, let's go ahead and get into this. All right. So we're gonna continue off of page 1292. Okay. Um, and it goes on to say, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the recross. Okay, so we're back on prosecution in regards to Azriel. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to be able to see my chat, you guys. Well, I am. I'll be glancing down, but if my mods, if you guys can please just regulate the chat, okay? All right, love y'all. Okay. And why did you go to Las Vegas? The defendant had told me. Oh yeah, I already said that. I read that part. I read that part. Okay, question. They said she wearing a thing on her head. Question. Does anybody know where Atmos left off? Because I don't want to do an overkill of it. However, I'll continue where I was at. I'm gonna just read until somebody tells me something, okay? All right. Okay. 14, 12? 12, okay. Y'all, it's been a long day. I didn't get that information from him. So sorry, y'all. 12. And I just want to let y'all know, I freaking adore y'all. Y'all are some of the sweetest people. Don't let nobody tell y'all differently. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all really are. Y'all really, really are. You know, I shared one story about somebody kind of chewing me out because they only heard a little bit of the video, and then they came back and was like, you know what? I apologize. I didn't listen to it all. Y'all are so sweet. That's very commendable. And I love my supporters. May not be subscribers, but I don't care. You guys pour into here, and y'all always love on me, and I just adore y'all, and I just want to love back into y'all. All right, let's get to this page 1412. And y'all know my heart. I'm not a mean person by nature. I really am not. But I'm not a pushover either. So and then I'm a Gemini. So you give me, I give you. All right. Almost there, y'all. All right, 1412. This where we at, you guys? I'm sorry, it was 13, 14. I had went back to check. Okay, 13, 14. It's okay. Don't be sorry. Nobody's sorry over here, baby. Y'all are blessed and highly favored. I'll take your apology, though, but you're not sorry, honey bunches. Okay, so 13, 14, you guys. Let's get where we need to get, okay? No problem. Oh, did I pass? Okay, 13. I got 13, 14. Before we begin, I want to give a thank you to Mom Fur Babies. Thank you so much. Hello, and Whitney D, mods and chat. I love you too. Thank you. I genuinely do love y'all. Seriously, y'all gotta learn my heart. Once y'all tune in as much, y'all be like, oh, Whitney don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, Chai said, I've been listening to you for a minute. You're fair. I'm pretty fair. I'm honest though. Y'all know I'm honest. I'll be like, I'm biased, but you know, I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? I try to be, you know. All right, we're at 13, 14. Okay, baby, we was past. I'm like, what? Okay. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this, okay? And it is the redirect still. It's still the redirect. Y'all are okay. Y'all know what, y'all beautiful. I be seeing some of y'all freaking. Hopefully that's y'all and y'all not catfishing, but y'all gorgeous. Might I add? Okay. All right. When the defendant carved your initials into that table at the Hyatt, yes. What happened? He had planned a picnic. And had you been with the defendant in the immediate days prior to? Yes, I had. Where had you been? I believe the big house, Mr. Canick. Objection, I believe. The judge. Well, do you know where you were or not? Don't forget about your microphone. Azriel goes on to say, yes. It was Atlanta, Georgia, at the hotel in the big house. The judge. Okay. And when you wrote this letter to the defendant, you knew that one of the rules that the defendant had was to remain positive, correct? Yes, it was. And in fact, Government Exhibit 331, which is in evidence, can you read just that second part? Find a positive quote to say to daddy every day. And were the letters that you wrote an example of positive things that you were sharing with the defendant? Yes, they were. Okay. So on cross-examination, you were asked about 2 audio recordings, and you listened to those recordings, correct? Yes, I did. Was that part of that same documentary support the defendant? Yes, it was. Okay. So on cross-examination, defendant counsel, and just to be clear, the documentary that was, the documentary that was the one made by the defendant's friend. Y'all hear that right? Because we had some skeptics the other day when I said that AZRIEL, I gave y'all a behind the scene tidbit that AZRIEL was warned by R. Kelly himself not to trust a particular person. Yeah. How would he know that if he didn't get cross bombed? But what do I know? I just be talking out the side of my neck. Anyway, she goes on to say, yes, it was. Defense counsel on cross-examination showed you Defense Exhibit U, Ms. Giddys, which I am showing the witness only. Do you recognize Defense Exhibit U? Yes. And on cross, the defense counsel showed it to you, but this one wasn't read to the jury, correct? Correct. Do you remember the circumstances under which you wrote the letter? The judge, I'm sorry. Is this in evidence or not? Ms. Giddys, it is in evidence. The judge, okay. AZRIEL answers, yes, I do. The judge, can it go to the jury? Ms. Giddys, it can go to the jury, yes. The judge, can it go public? Ms. Giddys, this can go public, yes. At least this page of it can. Exhibit published. Ms. Giddys goes on to say, what were the circumstances under which you wrote this letter? She goes on to say, the defendant had told me what to say in this letter. And referring to both this letter and the other handwritten letters that you've testified about, when I've been just asking you questions today, who did you give those letters to? The defendant. And Defense Exhibit U, I'm going to refer to page 2. Ms. Giddys, this is also in evidence. This is already in evidence, and we can publish this as well, not just to the jury. Exhibit published. Now, where it says at the age of 17, I never had sex with Robert Kelly. Now, is that accurate? That is not accurate. Whose idea was it to write that? The defendant's. Defense counsel on cross-examination showed you certain reports that had been prepared by agents with the Department of Homeland Security. Do you recall those reports? Yes. Prior to your cross-examination by defense counsel, had you seen any of those reports? Never. Now, I want to stop right there and chime in. You guys know I'm going to be putting my commentary in and out. That's important because everybody keeps talking about all this talk about impeachment and, and she lied here, she lied there. Well, it says right here, prior to your cross-examination by defense counsel, had you seen any of those reports. That's why I was telling you guys. She didn't see any of the documents. So she's not lying. She's actually answering truthfully now. They recorded what they wanted to record. Okay? And so prosecution is taking care of that. It's untying all those knots. Okay, let's continue. So prior to your cross-examination by defense counsel, had you seen any of those reports? Never. And did you ever have any opportunity to review those reports for accuracy? Never. On a cross-examination, defense counsel asked you about all sorts of things that your parents did. Do you recall those reports? Yes. Okay. Who exposed you to a sexually transmitted disease without your consent? Your parents? Mr. Canick, objection. Or the defendant? The court overruled the defendant. Now, who had sexual contact with you, including sexual intercourse with you, when you were 17 years old? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Now, who made you film videos of you engaging in degrading conduct, including smearing and eating feces? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Oh, okay. Now, who gave you spankings every 2 to 3 days? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Now, whose idea was it to call those spankings chastisements? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Who made you stay in a room or on a tour bus for days at a time as punishment? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Who directed you to have sexual contact with other females at his discretion? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Who directed you to have contact with nephew, a man you had never even met, at his discretion? Your parents or the defendant? The defendant. Miss Giddings, nothing further, Your Honor. The judge. Okay. Any recross examination? Mr. Kennedy. Yes. Do you need a moment? The judge. I've got this. She's ready to go. Mr. Kennedy. I didn't want to just, jump right in, Your Honor. Cross by Mr. Kennedy. So, you were asked on redirect as to why you told Mr. Kelly that you were 18. It was your parents who told you to tell Mr. Kelly that you were 18. Am I correct? That is not correct. And when you told that to the government in your interview, you were saying that was a mistake. That was not accurate. That was not accurate. Which one of these people who are sitting at this table here were in the room at the time taking notes? Ms. Giddings, objection. The judge overruled. I feel like we went over this before, but do you remember? At any particular time or just ever, Mr. Kennedy? Yes. The judge. Okay. Now, do you remember which of the people at the table was in the room when you met with them? Azriel states, they were all present at different times. Hold on, y'all. Let me get me something to drink. 1 second, y'all. back, y'all. Hold on. I had to give me something to drink, y'all. I'm sorry. All this reading. Now I'm reading everything again. Let me see what y'all saying while I'm drinking. He is eating. That's actually a she. Miss Gideus is a she. Yeah, the Homeland Security is who actually kind of messed up. They were just writing what they want to write. So that's what the prosecution is clearing up. That's why either prosecution or defense it can actually impeach Azriel. That's what people are getting misconstrued. The prosecution doesn't represent Azriel or any of these victims. The prosecution represents the government. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get back into this. This is getting good. Very good. Let me go on, okay? Love y'all. All right. They don't have nothing to stand on. Even the judge, like, God dang it. Didn't we talk about this? And they were taking notes. Am I correct? Correct. Now, the government asked you when you wrote the letter to Mr. Kelly, when he was in jail, you wrote letters that were positive and uplifting to him. Am I correct? Yes. And at that time, you weren't seeking a book deal, were you? I was not. Okay. Now you are. I am not. Well, the visit to Stacey Brown was not about a book deal. Miss Giddy's objection, the judge overruled. You said now, as of today's date, when you after you started cooperating with the government, you sought a book deal. Am I correct? Correct. Now, are you aware? I want to go back to the letter that you sent to your brother. You're some idiots. I never sent that letter to my brother. The letter you wrote to your brother. In that letter, you said that Ma continued to nag me about sleeping with him and trying to get to take as many pictures and videos as I could of him. And me, because she said to me that she wanted to use those pictures and videos to blackmail him in case he didn't want to do what they asked him to do. In your interview with the government, you told the government, did you not, that your mother had asked you to take as many pictures of you and Mr. Kelly together, to include the crazy face ones, kissing, because she felt that her mother wanted to exploit him to the media since she was 17 years old at the time? That's what you told the government during those meetings. Am I correct? That was not accurate. It's written in the document. Am I correct? Correct. Okay. And when you were being interviewed by the government, they told you to tell the truth. Am I correct? Yes, they did. And again, they told you that if you were to make a false statement to a government official, that's a crime. I don't recall that. Are you aware of that? Yes, I am. Now, you also told your brother in that letter about the police officers coming to the door at the Dolphin Hotel. You remember discussing that in the letter? Am I correct? It was written in the letter. Yes. And that's part of the same thing you told the government during your interview with by them of you. Am I correct? I don't remember. Hold on, y'all. And do you remember writing in the letter that they didn't even hesitate to take you out of the Florida Education Department? That was not accurate. I didn't ask you if that was accurate. I asked, do you recall that being in the letter that you wrote? Yes, that is in that letter. And that's the same thing you told the government. Am I correct? I don't recall telling them that. And of course, if the government wrote that down in their paperwork, they made a mistake. I don't know. Now, in the letter that you wrote to, the letter that you wrote directly to your brother, you referred your father trying to get Mr. Kelly to give him a lightning job, the job of being his lightman. You remember talking about that in the letter? Yes, I do. Now, that's the same thing you told the government. Am I correct when you spoke with them? That is correct. And you would agree with me that at that time you are fully in cooperation with the government. Am I correct? If there is a timestamp or a date, well, when you were sitting down being interviewed by the government, you were going to the government and cooperating with them. Am I correct? Correct. And you would agree with me that Mr. Kelly was not in that room, right? He was not. Right. He was in jail. No response. Am I correct? Yes, you are. So he wasn't there to tell you what to say. Am I correct? That is true. That came out of your mouth or your own volition. Am I correct? Miss Gideon's objection to tone. The judge, objection to what? Miss Gideon's tone. The judge, no, overruled. I don't recall. You don't recall that came out of your own mouth, of your own volition? Miss Gideon's objection. The judge, well, I have kind of lost the thread of what we're talking about. Do you recall making the statement that Mr. Canick is asking you about? Can you repeat the statement? Do you recall sitting with the government and giving them your account as to what you said Mr. Kelly subjected you to? Can you rephrase the question? You sat down with the government. Am I correct? Yes, I did. You told them what you said to this jury. Am I correct? What is the question that you're asking me? Give me the answer to the question that I'm asking you. My question is, you had a meeting with the government. Yes, I did. You made an allegation. Am I correct? Well, what was the allegation? The judge. Just answer his question, Mr. Canick. Oh, Jesus. The judge. Mr. Canick, calm down. The witness. I don't understand. The judge. Well, he just wants answer his question. You had a meeting with the government. You told them certain things, correct, so far? The witness. Yes, I did. The judge. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Canick. Goodness. Mr. Kelly wasn't there. Am I correct? No, he was not. The things they wrote down on the paper came from you. Am I correct? Yes. Not from Mr. Kelly? No. And the things you told them are the very same things that you told your brother in the letter? That is not true, Mr. Kennedy. Nothing further, Your Honor. The judge. Okay. Any redirect? Miss Gideon. Very briefly, Your Honor. The judge. Everybody says that. Go ahead. Miss Gideon, I mean it. On recross examination, you were asked about what happened when the officers, or what you said happened when the officers showed up at the hotel. Did officers show up at the Dolphin Hotel? Mr. Koenig, Your Honor, that's beyond the scope. That's not what I asked. I asked her what's in the document, not what happened. The judge, I have to agree. I do think this is well-worn ground that he shown us. If there's something specific in Ms. Gideon, yes. The judge, you want to ask that? That's fine. In the letter to your brother, which is one page of it, is in evidence as defense. Exhibit P. It said, once I got there, after about 30 minutes, they planned and called the police. What part, if any, in that statement is untrue? They planned. So the rest of it is true, though, right? Correct? It's just the case they didn't plan it, correct? Correct. Oh, so her parents didn't plan for her to be set up with R. Kelly. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. Miss Gideon, nothing further. The judge, anything else, Mr. Koenig? Mr. Koenig, Your Honor, before this witness goes, I think it's defense exhibit I and H, and I ask it to be played for the jury. The judge, any objections? Miss Gideon, no. The judge, do we have to play it now? I think we have another witness that's available. Mr. Kennedy, okay, we can play it after the witness leaves. The judge, well, you are not going to have any more questions for this witness about that right now. Right? You. Ms. Gideon, I am not. The judge, how long is it? Mr. Kennedy, about a minute. The judge, oh, if it's that short, you can play it. Mr. Kennedy, it's probably a little longer. Give us 5. The judge, 5? All right, go ahead. Ms. Gideon, Your Honor, can the witness be excused? The judge, yes. Witness was excused and exited the courtroom. Whew. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the chat? Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat real quick. Hey, Miss Double. Okay, I want to answer this. So you said, how many mistakes has the government made on AZRIEL's behalf, and she's their witness? Sounds suspect to me. No, sweetie. It's different dynamics, okay? She talked to Homeland Security, okay? And that's a different division. That's a whole different entity, right? Prosecution does not represent AZRIEL, okay? They don't. They represent the government, okay? And so, of course, prosecution is going to right their wrongs on behalf of Homelands, if that makes sense, because Homelands is a part of the feds. However, they're not who is representing AZRIEL. They just, it's kind of like caseworkers, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And they get the information and they give it to prosecutions and prosecutors and stuff to that nature, okay? But prosecution does not even represent AZRIEL. They do not. AZRIEL does not have her own individual lawyer, okay? Prosecution represents the government, okay? If that clarifies anything. So it's nothing that, they will, if AZRIEL says something out of pocket, they will impeach her as well. That's what impeachment went. Both parties, the prosecution and the defense, can both impeach Azriel. However, if you notice, what they're really trying to do is right their wrongs on behalf of their Department of Feds. Okay, somebody got some stuff wrong where they didn't confirm what they was writing with Azriel. So now they trying to scramble to actually, right their wrongs. So let me just clarify that. It ain't, If anything, you should be looking at R. Kelly's defense, because it seems like they are tanking on purpose. Quiet as it's kept. I don't like his behind, but it seems like it's ridiculous how they are not asking the right questions, acting foolish. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. Oh, thank you. See, I don't even know. It just kind of makes sense to me. So Mom Fur Baby says, you are totally right, Whitney. The FBI, DEA, ATF, Homeland Security, etc., they are all federal governments, just different branches, but all the same. Exactly. All right. Thank you so very much for that validation. That's just like the police department. You got the police that'll come out when certain circumstances happen. Then you got investigators come out to see what happened with the crime. Then you got forensics, like they're all just a different part. See, we got somebody, this is how I'll be making my connections. Okay. I don't want y'all to think I'm just anybody special. I just connect with people. But she says, I worked for the EPA years ago. See? So y'all gonna listen to me one day. I don't know everything, but I'm just saying. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it. Y'all enjoying yourselves? Let me know that y'all enjoying yourselves by putting some bombs and y'all special emojis for those that are members in the chat. Because I love y'all love. I love looking down and seeing that. This is a spicy show, ain't it, y'all? All right. We're wrapping up here soon, though. At 9 o'clock, y'all, that's my cutoff, okay? All right. Let's continue. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. The judge. It's just audio, correct? Mr. Kenneth, it's a video. The judge. I thought we were just playing audio. Ms. Giddens, there's no reason in the government's view, there's no reason to play the video. Mr. Kenneth, she saw video and audio. The court. Can I ask a question? Over at the side. We don't need the reporter. Discussion off the record. The judge. All right. I think under the circumstances, let's just play the audio. Audio played. Audio stopped. The judge. Okay. All done? Mr. Scholar. No. There's a second video. Audio played. Audio stopped. Mr. Kennedy. Thank you, Your Honor. The judge. All right. Are you ready to call? I think we have somebody appearing by video. No? Who's the next witness? Miss Melendez. Your Honor, the government called Keith Williams to the stand. The clerk. Please stand and raise your right hand. The witness, Keith Williams, is duly sworn, affirmed by clerk. The clerk. Please state your name for the record. The witness. So we're getting into another witness, you guys. So that is a wrap on AZRIEL. Okay, yay. Good job, AZRIEL. I don't see where all the hoopla was, but okay. Let me go ahead and switch my background. Miss Double. Okay, you said, so why isn't the judge correcting the prosecution for the false information they may have received from the Homeland Security? Because it's not up to the judge. She don't know what's going on. Oh, well, she does. She actually knew what was going on. However, it's up to prosecution and the defense to call her out. However, behind the scenes, and I made this very clear already, prosecution and the defense, they talk and they negotiate. Okay? What they do, they negotiate. The prosecution be like, this is what we got. They show their hand. And then the defense will be like, oh, crap. Okay, wait. All right. We'll give you this in exchange for not showing this. Okay, we'll do this in exchange for not. So, yeah, that's how they go. If I'm, hey, we got real people that know what they're talking about here. I'm just saying, this is what I know because I watch Court TV. So, yeah. Okay. Questions have been answered. You just kind of missed it. We're kind of at the end of it. You might want to catch up, honey bunches of oats. Okay. Nikki said, because FBI wouldn't take it, Homeland was the only branch that would take the case. Actually, the feds are taking it up, love. That's who got it right now. The feds got it right now. All right, you guys. Okay. Let's continue. All right, let me change this good old background because it's no longer Azriel. Let's say bye, Azriel. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. Okay. All right, let's continue. Finger ready. I got like one more page. All right. So it goes on to say, the witness, Keith Williams, the clerk. Thank you. Please have a seat. The judge. Okay. Mr. Williams, you can take your mask off, and I just want to give you a couple of instructions before we begin. He says, sure. The judge. Our court reporters take down everything that you say. So it's important that you not speak too quickly or talk over any of the lawyers that are questioning you. It just makes their job a lot harder. So I'm going to ask you to speak up and also into the microphone. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I have to talk to my husband. Okay. If there's a question that you don't understand or want to have clarified, let me know, and I'll have our lawyers do that for you. And just do your best. Oh, you took it from Demi? Oh, okay. And just do your best to answer the specific questions that you're being asked. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone. Okay. Being asked, okay? He says, yes, Your Honor. The judge, okay, go ahead. Is that on? Just tap it. Okay. Go ahead. Ms. Cruz Melendez. Ms. Cruz Melendez, thank you. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Mr. Williams, are you employed? He says, yes. And how are you employed? I'm a pastor. Mr. Kennedy, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear. Yes. And how are you employed? I'm a pastor. The judge, just move the mic a little closer to you. Great. Thank you. How long have you been a pastor? It will be 14 years in November. Do you do anything else for work? I buy and sell a few cars. Where did you grow up? Robert Taylor, Inglewood and South Shore. Where is that? South side of Chicago. Chicago, Illinois? Yes. And how far did you go in school? I attended college 4 years and not quite with a completion of a degree. Did you do any other schooling? Yes. What kind of schooling? A number of training for pastoring, theology, and that kind of stuff. Approximately when did you start attending college? I graduated high school in 81, so directly after that. And did you graduate from college? I did 4 years with not quite completing. Okay. While attending college, did you work at all? Yes. And where did you work? I worked a number of jobs. I worked UPS, post office, you know, intervals of several months. First National Bank of Chicago. Many times these jobs were simultaneous, simultaneously, simultaneous. Sorry, y'all. Tongue twister. When you worked for UPS, what did you do there? I worked in the dispatch office. And approximately when did you work? Approximately how long did you work for UPS? Several months. You testified earlier that you currently work as a pastor. Prior to being a pastor, did you work in any other fields? Yes. And what field did you work in? In the mortgage business. Oh, hold on, y'all. My cutoff is actually this last page. Hold on. All right, y'all. Let me continue. So, huh? Okay, so we're gonna continue a little bit more. Hubby gave the go, you guys. So we're gonna go a little past my little 9 o'clock cutoff. Okay, hope y'all are enjoying it. All right, y'all. In the mortgage business, and old how old did you work? Oh, and how old did you work in the? Oh, I think they mean how long. Bless their heart. And how long did you work in the mortgage business? A number of years, about many years, I think over 20 years. And approximately when did you first start working in the mortgage industry? Dates running together for me, but it was a few years after high school. When you worked in the mortgage industry, were you employed by the businesses or did you have your own business? The majority of it, I worked for other people for a number of years, and then I did have my own business. I'm showing you what's been marked for identification purposes as Government's Exhibit 7, just a witness. Do you see that there, sir, on the screen? No. Do you now see Government's Exhibit 7 on the screen before you? Yes. Do you recognize that? Yes. And generally speaking, what is that? It's a picture of me. And approximately when, just generally, was this photograph taken? I would guess maybe 88. And is this photograph a fair and accurate representation of you in the late 80s? Yes, Ms. Cruz Melendez. The government offers Government Exhibit 7 into evidence. Mr. Kenneth, no objection. The judge, okay, that's in evidence. Miss Melendez continues. Can we publish to jury and the public, please? Now, are you familiar with any individual named Robert Kelly, also known as R. Kelly? Yes. And how do you know Robert Kelly? We've been friends for a long time. The judge, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Can you just speak into the microphone? Yes, we've been friends for a long time. Okay. And approximately how old were you at the time when you met Robert Kelly? Early 20s? It could have been earlier. I'm showing the witness and the public and the jury what's in evidence as Government's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize the individual in Government's Exhibit 1? Yes. And who is it, Robert Kelly? I'd like you to take a moment and look around the courtroom and tell me whether or not you see Robert Kelly in the courtroom today. Yes. Can you point him out and identify him by identifying a piece of clothing that he's wearing? It's a taupe or a caramel colored shirt. Looks like from here. The judge, indicating the defendant, the witness. I'm sorry. No, I just said you were pointing out the defendant. Oh, yes. The judge. All right, go ahead. And under what circumstances did you meet the defendant? There's a person who grew up, who was in my church, introduced the two of us. At some point, did you become familiar with the defendant's occupation? You know, yes. Okay. And what did the defendant do as an occupation? He was a musician, singer, songwriter. And was he working as a singer when you first got to know the defendant? No. He was, he sang, but he was not professionally at that time. I met him before he got signed. Okay. And at some point, did he start singing professionally? Yes. How would you describe your relationship with the defendant? Friends. Okay. And how often would you see the defendant? This is sort of, I worked a lot, so it would be a few times a month. Did you ever visit the defendant's home? Yes. Miss Melendez. I'm showing just the witness what's been marked as government exhibit 501A and 501B. Before I do that, actually, you mentioned that you had previously visited the defendant at his home. Do you recall where he lived? Well, he owned a home at 1010 George Street, Miss Melendez. So I'm showing just the witness, 501A and 501B. Do you see that there on your screen? Yes. I'm going to show you 501B. Do you recognize these? Yes. And what do you recognize them to be? 1010 George Street, where the defendant lived. Yes. Ms. Melendez. The government offers government exhibit 501A and 501B into evidence. The judge, any objection? Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, all right, those are in evidence. Ms. Melendez, if I can publish to the jury and to the public, please. So government's exhibit 501A and 501B, you testified that that's 1010 George Street, where the defendant lived. Yes. Okay. And was that in Chicago, Illinois? Yes. Do you recall the time frame when the defendant lived there? No. Was it when the earlier days, when you met the defendant? Yes. Well, the earlier days, he didn't own a home. At some point when you knew the defendant, did he own the home at 1010 George Street? Yes. And did you also visit the defendant at any studios? Yes. Do you recall where the studio was? No. Was it in Chicago? Yes. Do you recall the general area? It was west of the loop of Chicago, loop or west of North Michigan Avenue. And, it was between Halstein and it was the north side of Chicago. Now, during your friendship with the defendant, at any point, did you travel with the defendant? Yes. You're a pastor, baby. On how many occasions did you travel with the defendant? I think just a couple. And when you traveled with the defendant, what mode of transportation did you use? I traveled with him on a bus once, I remember for sure. And what kind of bus? It was a tour bus. And did you travel outside of the state with the defendant? Yes. Generally speaking, do you recall where you went on the tour bus with the defendant? Yes. The only think the only time that I was on the tour bus was with them was when we went to Louisiana. Now, during the time period that you were friends with the defendant, did you have any opportunity to meet people in the defendant's inner circle? Yes. Who do you recall meeting? I met a number of people. Any names that you recall meeting? Gerald. You said Gerald? Do you know Gerald's full name? Yes. Gerald Jones. And did Gerald have any nicknames? Yes. Anyone else? I'm sorry. What was Gerald Jones' nickname? Blackie. Anyone else? Yes. I met Daryl McDavid. And who did you know Daryl McDavid to be? He was the accountant. Whose accountant? Robert's accountant. And just going back to Gerald, the individual you said who was nicknamed Blackie, who was he to the defendant? I believe he's a blood relative. Do you know what kind of relative? Not really, but they're pretty close. I think maybe first cousins or something. And anyone else? I met June, and I don't know his last name. I met a number of people. Are you familiar with an individual named Barry Hankerson? Yes. And who is Barry Hankerson? Barry is Robert's manager. I'm sure the witness only was been marked for identification purposes as government's Exhibit 8. Do you recognize that individual? Yes. And who is it? Gerald Jones. Gerald Jones? Sir, I'm having trouble hearing you. Gerald Jones. The court. So much better. Thanks. And Gerald Jones. That's the individual you said was nicknamed Blackie? Yes. Is this a fair and accurate representation of Gerald Jones, also known as Blackie? Yes. The government offers government Exhibit 8 into evidence. Okay, baby. Any objection? Mr. Koenig, no. All right. That's in evidence. You can publish Government Exhibit 8, so marked. Now, you also testified that you were familiar with an individual from your friendship with the defendant named Daryl McDavid. Excuse me. I'm showing just the witness, the public, what's in evidence as Government's Exhibit 12. Do you recognize that individual? Yes. And who is that? Daryl McDavid. Are you familiar with an individual named Aaliyah? Yes. Who is Aaliyah? She's the entertainer who died a tragic death. And what, if any, relationship did she have with the defendant? I'm told that they were married. Matter of fact, they were married, Mr. Mechanic. I'm going to object. The judge. How do you know they were married? It was referenced in the public. It was in the media. The judge. All right. Is that the only way you know about it? Were you there when they got married? No. The judge, all right, next question. Are you familiar with, you testified that you're familiar with an individual named Barry Hankerson? Yes. And what, if any, connection did Barry Hankerson have to Aaliyah? I believe that they were blood relatives, Mr. McKenna. I'm going to object. If he knows for a fact, he can testify. The judge, do you know if they were? Sometimes people say, I believe, and they actually know. The witness, I don't know. Next question. You previously testified that you had a mortgage business, correct? Yes. Can you just explain generally to the jurors what that entitles? Just very generally. If somebody needed a mortgage, they would come in, we would take their information and broker it to an institution that would fund their mortgage. Mortgages for houses, real estate, things of that nature. Yes. And did you have, when you had your own business, did you have an office? Yes. Did the defendant ever visit you at that office? Yes. It was, to my knowledge, maybe once or twice, maybe. So I want to talk about an incident in which the defendant visits you at your office. Yes. Okay. If you could explain to the jurors what happened when the defendant visited you there. He indicated, I believe, that he wanted to get, he was going to get married. When you say he indicated, what do you mean? Robert, the defendant. Yes. So just to be clear, the defendant visited you at your office? Yes. And he indicated to you that he wanted to be married? Correct. Yes. And the time, did you know who he wanted to be, who he wanted to marry? The Aaliyah? Now, who, if anyone else, was with the defendant when he came to your office to say he wanted to get married to Aaliyah? There were a number of people. Sorry, y'all. Do you recall any of the names of the people who were there in my office? Not necessarily in where we were. Correct, in your office. Oh, my back is hurt. Sorry, y'all. I think it was June and Demetrius. Do you know Demetrius' last name? No. And you also mentioned June was there. Correct. It could have been some others. I just don't. Okay. Do you recall what, if any, relationship June had to the defendant? I think he was like an assistant. What did the defendant say to you after he told you he wanted to get married to Aaliyah? He asked if I knew a minister. And what did you say? Yes. You said yes. You knew a minister? Yes. And did you provide him with any names of ministers? Yes. Whose name did you provide? Nathan Edmond. And how did you know Nathan Edmond? He was also involved in real estate, and he was a tax buyer sort of person, and he was involved in real estate in general. Was he a minister? Yes. Last page, you guys. And how did you know that? I knew him from real estate, and we were friends. I'm showing just the witness what's been marked as, for identification purposes, as government's Exhibit 89. Do you see that there, sir? Yes. Generally speaking, what's in Government's Exhibit 89? A picture of Nathan Edmond. And is that a fair and accurate representation of Nathan Edmond? Yes. The government offers Government Exhibit 89. The judge, any objection, Mr. Mechanic? No. The judge, all right, that's in evidence. You can publish it. Government Exhibit 89, so marked. So you mentioned that this meeting with the defendant happened at your office. Do you recall where your office was located? 9730 Southwestern in Evergreen Park, Illinois. Is that near Chicago? Yes. How close is it to Chicago? All right, you guys. Pop, I see you in the chat. Shall I continue? Or do you want me to stop and chat while I'm asking my husband? Are y'all good? Or y'all want me to stop already? And y'all, shouts out to my husband. He's in the chat, 3 shots in. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's my husband. Oh, my husband said, go on, please. What y'all say? Let me see what y'all say. Keep going. Okay. Well, my husband said to keep going. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Mom said, I am riding with you as long as you have the energy. Shout out to the husband of the lovely Whitney. Thank you so much. Everybody saying keep going. Okay. I'm not going to play with you, Tina. Tina said, go, girl. Keep going. Hey, Mr. Husband. Thank you, G. Hey, y'all. Do what hubby said. All right. Okay. I got y'all. I got to ask the fam bam, too. I got to ask y'all, too. Okay. My husband said, let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's continue. One side of the west side of Western is Evergreen Park, and the east side of Western is Chicago. So is it like a suburb of Chicago? Yes. So you testified that you recommended Nathan Edmond to the defendant. Yes. Who, if anyone, reached out to Nathan Edmond once you recommended him to the defendant? I'm not sure, but I may have called him. I just don't remember. When you say you may have called him, what do you mean? You may have called Nathan Edmond? Yes. Did Nathan Edmond ultimately agree to officiate the wedding? Yes. Did the defendant say when he indicated to marry Aaliyah? Not specifically. Did you get an impression as to the time frame, as to when it was to happen? My assumption was that it was going to be soon. So, Mr. Williams, I want to turn your attention for a moment. Have you ever been convicted for a crime? Yes. And what crime were you convicted of? 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of perjury. And approximately when was this? This was approximately early 2000 and maybe 1 or 2. And generally speaking, what were the circumstances that led to your conviction? There was a transaction that went through my office and I benefited from it and I got indicted. It was a 95 transaction and I went to trial and lost. Were you sentenced as a result of your conviction? Yes. And what was your sentence? 24 months. And did you serve this sentence? No. What did you serve? It ended up the judge gave me an option. of going to boot camp, even though I was too old, and it ended up being 7 months. And you served those 7 months at boot camp? Yes. Now, turn it back to your interactions with the defendant. At any point, did you work for the defendant? No. Did you and the defendant ever discuss the prospects of you working for him? Yes. What did you discuss? Robert, when I got in trouble, Robert offered to give me a job. He described it as being in the point system. And what did you understand that to mean? One of his managers. Now, you had previously mentioned that Barry Hankerson was his manager, correct? Yes. And you mentioned that the defendant had offered you a job as a manager? Yes. Did you understand you would be replacing Barry Hankerson? I did not. I just don't remember the time frame. I did not. Nothing further, Your Honor. Any cross-examination, Mr. Koenig? Just maybe 1 or 2 questions. Okay. Good afternoon. The court. Is your microphone on? Mr. Smith? I think it's on. The court. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Cross-examination by Mr. McKennick. Mr. Williams, do you recall occasions when Robert would call you crying? Yes. Objection, Your Honor. Miss Melendez. The judge responds. Sustained, Mr. McKennick. May we have a brief sidebar, Your Honor? Yes. The following occurred at sidebar. The judge. Talk about beyond the scope of the direct. Mr. McKennick. This is not, Your Honor. In the direct examination by the people, the government. Yes, by the government. There was inquiry as to knowledge about the wedding that Robert planned for himself and Aaliyah. Right. And in the statement, that can't come in. That's hearsay. No, this is from Robert to him. Kelly called Williams crying sometimes. And Kelly stated that he married her to protect her from her mother. That is ranked hearsay. Sorry. I'm not offering it for the truth or the matter, Your Honor. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. What are you offering it for? That is it. That this is what he said. That's hearsay. My exception. Nice try. Do you have any further questions? No, I don't think so. I always like to end on a high note, Your Honor. So I have to find a high note. Okay, nothing hearsay though. End of sidebar conference. That was a cute one. He tried it. You testified earlier that Barry Hankerson was Mr. Kelly's manager. Yes. Okay. And Barry Hankerson, I think you testified, might have been related to Aaliyah. It was my understanding, yes. And near the time that Barry Hankerson was eventually terminated by Mr. Kelly, am I correct? Yes. And Barry Hankerson had a fearsome reputation, am I correct? Yes. Thank you. All right. Nothing further. Any redirect? No, Your Honor. All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. You can step down. Witness excused. All right. We are just at the lunch break, so I think we'll break for lunch at 2:15. Don't talk about the case or anything else about the witnesses or anything like that. But do have a good lunch, and we'll see you at 2:15. Jury exits. The judge. All right. So, yeah, this is going to be my last page. All right. So, what's the do you have other witnesses for this afternoon? Any of them video? Miss Kitty is yes. The judge, which one? The one we talked about this morning? Miss Kitty is no, Veronica Jackson. She'll be testifying about the 241, the t-shirt. Okay, anybody after that? We have 2 initial witnesses. All right. Who are they? They are, I'll let you know, Malik and Arnold. So the government has given the names of the witnesses to the defense. Anything else that we have to do before we break for lunch? Miss Kitty, it's not from the government. The judge, I just need to see the parties at the side without the reporter. Just a second, just on scheduling. Discussion off the record. The judge, I think we're good. Have a good lunch, everyone. Lunch and recess. All right, you guys, we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there, you guys. Okay. Can somebody take note of where we stopped? We stopped on page 1353. Hubby, if you can put that in the chat. 1353. That's where we stopped. And we will start at 1354. Y'all put that in the chat for me. Thank you, Take Our Kelly, Honey Bunches. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys, let's get into some discussion here. Okay, let's talk a little bit. Just a little bit, y'all. How did I do, y'all? I back at it by myself again. I didn't bore you guys, did I? I didn't bore y'all, did I? Thank you, honey. So y'all got some questions. So y'all got some of y'all want to talk about it. Y'all got some opinions. Put it in the chat, you guys. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Excuse me. Put it in the chat. Thank you, Peter. You said hot mess? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Hot mess. Wow, wow, wow. You said you did not bore us. I'll just be making sure. I'll just be making sure. Sarah says, I think at this point, they are just seeing how much time we will get. I mean, how much time he will get. You know, and the thing is y'all, like, we're not even caught up with what's going on in present time. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you, Tina. Yes, thank you. I need to say that in the ether. Stopped on page 1353, and we will continue on 1354. So, what I'm going to do, you guys, since we're trying to catch up, I'm going to come tomorrow at noon, okay, for my day breakers. And then for my dawn people, I'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to probably pull a little later because it's the weekend. So we're going to go a little longer on tomorrow, okay? It's just I got to cut, you know, I'm a mama, y'all. Y'all have any questions, concerns for me? Let's talk, y'all. Said not boring at all and easier to follow. Thank you. This proves that Demetrius set this up on Kelly's behalf. Yep, that's true. Thank you, Sissy Pooh. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Like, for real, like I tell y'all, I really appreciate just y'all comments. Because I mean, I don't, this video is not monetized. Like, literally, I'm not just saying that. I can show y'all. It's not monetized. It's not. It's limited to no ads on here. So I'm literally not getting paid for this. So you know, I really just love reading. I mean, you know, if this ever stop, I would love reading books. If y'all got some books to offer, I'll read them. So 3 Shots In said, did the pastor ever say why he was always there and what his role was? If I'm not, somebody in the chat, can y'all address this? If I'm not mistaken, oh, I'm sorry. If y'all want to come on, let me do this. I'm sorry. The floor is open, y'all. The floor is open. We're now just discussing what we just heard and stuff previously heard. So if you guys want to come in, the link is in the box. You guys can come in. You don't have to show your face. If you're going to add something direct, I'm here, okay? The pastor, no, he said they were friends. I mean, that's just something he does now. But back in the day, I really think they were just buddies, and he was just traveling around, moving around with them. However, what they brought him on for is really for Demetrius, babe. And I don't know if you remember, Demetrius is the dude that was actually in the limo with him and was telling him about, you know, getting married to I'm about to say Azriel, getting married to Aaliyah. And so my thing is what they're trying to show is that enterprise again, because did Demetrius just act on his own, or did R. Kelly tell him, "Hey, I need a pastor. Go find me a minister. I need to marry Aaliyah." So that's why all this plays a part. And his role was just, I guess, his friend. You know, don't get me lying. Sierra said, "What? Sis, you need to get your coins." I know, but I don't. I can show y'all, like, seriously. It's limited ads because of what we're talking about. So your super chats, your cash apps, I'm telling you, it's very beneficial, and that's how I put that in my pocket. My husband is the breadwinner of the family. He's allowed me to, you know, live in my little dreams of entrepreneurship. And so this is one of my streams, as well as my graphics that I do. Besides that, you know, this is really it. So yeah. So that's why, you know, I do be taking this very seriously, you guys. I don't be meaning to step on anybody's toes, but yeah, I do. It says, and his supported acting like Demetrius can take the fall alone. Why would all those people help him for so long? Sad. Well, I feel like they were helping because the connection of it all. Like, who wouldn't want to be connected to the likes of, you know, R. Kelly? And then you also got to think about, maybe they have the same dirty little minds. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, how many of us have friends that done did some stuff and we done, you know, covered for them? You know, your dude's cheating on his wife or his girl, and it ain't my business or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or you pick them up from somewhere, you know, or hey girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doing something, like, you know how that go, you know. And from what I hear, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed a lot of them were friends first. You noticed that? He been putting like friends and family on. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it kind of got blurred. Do you think both this witness and the pastor knew her age? Knew whose age? Aaliyah's age? Are you talking about Azriel? Because that was the one that was prior to the pastor, if I'm not mistaken. Weren't we just talking to Azriel and then they switched over to the pastor? Okay. That was the connection to Rob, because Demetrius tried to take all the responsibility. And he going to fall in the hardest. Keely said, man, he was paying a lot of people. Yep. Got to keep the engine going. Yep. Tech says, your channel will grow. I've been sharing it to help your algorithm and reach. Thank you. Thank you so much. To me, that proves enterprise, the connection between Rob and yeah, exactly. That's why I said it was a little snippet of a testimony, but baby, that goes far. You know what I'm saying? And it shows all the intricate pieces and the people that, you know what I'm saying, are playing a part. Yep. Absolutely. You can't tell your family or friends it's all mixed up. Yeah. You can't tell. You don't know who is who. And to be honest with you, nephew, remember, like he was messing around with the girls and R. Kelly, you know. So it's like, how much nephew are you? And then with Lewis, you know, the other the John Doe, you know, with him, he was saying that now we're family. You're like a little brother to me. So it's like, are these people really like his family members or what? You know what I'm saying? She said, no, Aaliyah. Sorry. Oh, well, Azriel wasn't born in the time of Aaliyah. She was barely born when R. Kelly was doing all his stuff. Okay. So I don't think she knew how old Aaliyah was. I think she heard eventually. But, you know, if you remember that day in the park, she said that they were able to ask him anything. And he just kind of poured out to them, you know, about their whole dynamics. But I don't know. I can't say. Oh, are you talking about? Well, I don't know who you're talking about, baby. I don't know. I don't know if you're talking about the pastor. I do believe the pastor knew how old they was. I mean, he can act like he don't know nothing, but yeah, I think he did. I think he did. I see your point, but I would hope I had a better heart than that. I would hope so too. I mean, I'm a snitch, so you know, my friends know not to play with me with this. I'm gonna tell it. Because I wouldn't want it to be done to me. I seriously do unto others as I would like to be done on, you know, and to be honest with you, that's the reason why I kind of fell out in my younger years with friends, because I just will expect the bare minimum, the minimal, expect what I give out. And my mom would tell me, Whitney, you can't expect, you know, anything from people, you know. So I just had to learn how to tread lightly and give people exactly what they give me. A mom fur baby said, and remember, Robert did not handle his own affairs, so they were just doing whatever they wanted with his money. Yep, that is true. Peter said, yes, I think they all knew Aaliyah's age, and I hope that haunts them in their soul. Right. Peter, I like your y'all see her little profile picture holding up that shirt. I can't, Peter. Enough people knew, right? Take says, you may not get paid now, but the growth from covering this will help you explode. I sent admins a list of the trending hashtags. You need to be sure every R. Kelly video has them on it. He can send them to you. Thank you, Take. I will highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Speaking of which, hey, brother. Long day, huh? Hey, brother. Welcome. You're doing great, sis. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yes, clarification. Sorry again. It's okay. Pastor and Keith is who I was referring to. Yes, I believe they knew. Everybody that was involved with R. Kelly, you had to know. Hell, we weren't involved with R. Kelly, and we knew he was a sicko. But like, it was this video where this poet was saying, you know, but we wanted to keep stepping in the name of love and act like we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And he got away with a lot of stuff because of it. The Unspoken Truth by the Unknown says, Homeland Security is the feds as well. How can they just make up what's in the letter? I'm not a fan of R. Kelly. Some don't seem right. Well, exactly. Yeah, we discussed this earlier. The unspoken. What we were saying is that somebody dropped the ball. They absolutely dropped the ball when it came to the testimony in regards to Azriel. What I'm thinking is that they were, I don't want to put this on here. These are my opinions, and they're not reflective of the truth at this point. We're no longer reading the transcripts. This is just my opinion. I really think that they were just trying to take up for R. Kelly. I'm just going to put it out there. You already had cooperating police officers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of weird to me too. But the thing is that prosecution righted them wrongs because they're a part of that whole thing. They're like, it ain't gonna reflect upon us. Heck, She said, I do wonder why Homeland's notes were so wrong. Yep, I do too. And the thing is that that's why I was telling everybody. And y'all see, we finished the whole transcript. Where was it about Azriel getting impeached? Where? As we saw, the defense was lying. They were lying. They were trying to throw stuff out there that wasn't true based off of what they received from Homelands. But mind you, that's why I was telling everybody. At the very beginning, the judge had already told the defense, hey, she's already made us aware that the notes that was taken by Homelands was not accurate. She wasn't able to see the documentation. So basically, dude, tread lightly. The defense weren't trying to have that. They were just balls to the wall. They weren't trying to have that. So, that's why she kind of got away with a lot of stuff, because it's like she really didn't get away. She was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Sierra says, so if we wanted to go back and watch everything over again, can you tell us what videos from who channel needs to be watched first? If not, I understand the titles are a little confusing. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I can't really just tell you what videos. I myself labeled mine exactly like what I was reading, what I'm going to be reading from, R. Kelly, versus whoever. Versus US, and then, but I can't scope out everybody's channel, At first it was a cohesive joint venture that we was doing, and now we all decided to break off on that. However, the 3 pages that, were doing this was Diva Divine Light. And that's where it started with the first transcripts, okay? Then my boy Atmos Love Zone right here. He came in and was assisting or went on with Diva Divine Light. And then he brought me on. So it's myself's channel, Atmos Love Zone Live, as well as Diva Divine channel. But from here on out, we will just all the transcript will be back to back, numbered accordingly for you guys. Sorry, y'all, my baby came out there, so I know it's time to go. But I will be reading just straight through on my page. Now, if anything, Atmos will come onto my channel, or I will come on his. However, it won't be okay, go over here for there, go over there. It's not going to be that. We're just going to read individually on our channels. And only time when it'll be a separation is when Atmos comes on my channel and he wants to continue from where I'm at. However, we haven't set up anything. So I will leave off where I stopped on today, or on tonight, tomorrow afternoon, around noon. Okay. And then actually, you know what? No, I won't. No, I'm not. I'm gonna build up the anticipation. Now, if my boy Atmos would like to read on tomorrow, that's fine. I'm gonna come back tomorrow night. Matter of fact, let me take a poll. Which one do y'all prefer? Okay. Do y'all prefer when I come on in the afternoon, around noon Central Standard Time, or do y'all prefer when I come on in the evening? like around 6:30, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Is it better at night for you guys or in the afternoon? Tell me what's best for you guys. And while I'm waiting on you guys to tell me, I'm going to continue to read your comments. R. Kelly also believed his song, I Believe I Can Fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and I fly. Yeah, he did. Now he can fly his butt on. Anyway, could it have been she was in defense of R. Kelly in the beginning? Then the truth came later so that she makes her story non-credible. Well, the thing is only with that, why that can't be true. While that is a good hypothesis, it can't, because she was under oath even when she talked to them. That's why I say, no, they dropped the ball. You know that happens sometimes. You know, that's why all these police killings and stuff. You know, oh, I thought my taser was on this side and it's over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I got it, brother. Oh, you're welcome, Sierra. I thought there was a good system because it got more out. They just weren't labeled consistently, and the schedule was swirly. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I get that. And like I said, me and Atmos, we're gonna be pinging to and fro from each other. You know, I mean, we're just trying to figure everything out. Because we're just, again, like you said, we didn't like how the scheduling was a little whack, just to be honest with you. So we're trying to correlate it in. We noticed that you guys actually like when me and Atmos read. So what we're going to do, we're going to rotate to and fro. We're going to go in and out of, I do it myself, we do it together. He does it himself, we do it together. You know, so we're still going to have that system. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying night, evening. Okay, evening works better. All right. All right. Yeah, so, and what I'm going to do is, what I'll probably do is I'll pre-read, and I'll release it during the afternoon, but I'll come to you guys live in the evening. Would that be fair, where you guys will still be getting the information? Because like I said, I'm not going to stop Atmos. Like, you know, he can leave off. Atmos says he'll do early afternoon. Okay, but Atmos, I stopped. Are you going to read tonight? And see, that's the reason why we're trying to figure out this schedule, y'all. So y'all know, like, tune in this, that, and third without a shadow of doubt. You know what I'm saying? G said, I wish we could create an index for the past videos. That would be cool. You know what? I mean, the easier way, you know what? Can I ask y'all this while y'all here and Atmos is here? Do y'all like how I got my title now? Do you guys like how I got my title, where you know who we're talking about and the day, and then you also know what pages of the transcript? Because I can't make the other channel do so. However, I can, you know, I have a little more leeway with my brother, and maybe he can change his titles to where is that? Oh, okay. 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 Oh, whatever works for you. Tina, you are so just. He also don't want you to wear yourself out. We also don't want you to wear yourself out. Like you said, you have a husband and baby. Thank you. Okay, so you understand my title with the page numbers. Yes. Okay. All right, at Miss brother, you got some changing to do. Nah, we got some changing to do, brother. Okay, admin said he can go on tomorrow at 4 p.m. and then I'll come back after him. So I'm just gonna let y'all know now, okay? Mark your schedules. I'm gonna always every day go on after 6:30, no matter, because that's when my husband gets off at 6. That gives me time to finish dinner, and because y'all know every day I'm getting taken away from my husband and kids. So but I'm going to promise you guys until we get caught up, every day I will come to you guys at 7:30. I'll come to you guys every day at 7:30. Let me take a note of that. And you guys mark your calendar. 7:30. Okay. And brother says, look at us. Look at us, y'all. Brother said he can always go on at 4:30. So he has 7:30, brother, Eastern, right? 7:30 Eastern. And then I have, he has 4:30 Eastern. And then I have 7:30 Central. Okay. So that's how we're going to do that. And then I'm going to get with Atmos to get his titles together. And what I'll also do, we'll try our best to like put them in the descriptions. Okay. I'll try my best. But that's going to have to be like a weekend project. Okay. All right. See, this is how we do this. See, we a family. We communicate over here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to wrap it. It's gonna be 10 o'clock here. And then I gotta come back to you guys tomorrow night. So I won't be coming to you guys at all tomorrow during the day. Probably not about this. I'll probably drop a upload or something like that. But I'll be to you guys tomorrow night. She says the description is great so that people that may have missed something can find it. Blackberry said, thanks you guys so much for your sacrifice and hard work at Whitney D and admins. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for doing this. Oh, you guys are welcome. Good night, sis. Good night, brother. All right, you guys. I love y'all so very much. Okay, let me go ahead and ship everything out. Okay, thank you guys so very much. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys already subscribed, thank you and welcome. If you're not, it's not too late. Go ahead and spam that like button, you guys. And sharing is caring. If you want this video to reach the masses, please click that share button. Okay. Now, if you guys would like to continue to support my channel, please send your wonderful Cash App donations to Whitney D 2014. If your donation is just a love offering, you do not have to indicate that. However, if you are like to submit your funds for transcripts, please indicate that in the notes, okay? But it's your turn to tell me what you think about what we discussed on today's transcripts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys keep it cute, okay? So your comment won't get the boot, all right? Now, if you guys would like to send me any transcripts, any love emails, or any conspiracy theories, send it on over to reviewswithwhitneyd@gmail.com and I will check it out, okay? Now, if you're embarking on this journey of YouTube and you need help with your intro, outro, you need a website, logo, any business needs or graphic needs, hit me up at whitneydavisplanning@gmail.com and I guarantee you I will get you what you need when you need it. Oh, thank you so very much, Diva Tom. You're okay. You're gonna have to watch the playback, girl, because we're about to exit, okay? But thank you for your super chat. I love you guys so very much. I will see you guys on tomorrow night. Make sure you guys dress comfy. Make sure you guys have your pajamas on. I'm gonna do a cute little thumbnail, and we're gonna read some more transcripts. We're gonna get out our wine. We're gonna get out our shots or whatever we need. Okay, I'm gonna try to get authorization from whoever I need to see if I can play some AZRIEL stuff. All right. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for your donation, my love. We just gonna have a good night tomorrow night, okay? So come ready, you guys. We're gonna continue reading these transcripts, all right? Well, that is it from me, okay? I love you guys, but most of all, God loves you guys. You stay encouraged and have a blessed and safe night. I'm out. Love you guys. Bye.
Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia come summertime. We used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the most beautiful thing ever. And I saw a ladybug today, and it made me think of Whitney. That's so crazy. It really made me think of Whitney.